Every atom in your body is part of a very old cosmic process. Most of the elements you're made of did not form on Earth. They were created inside stars or during stellar explosions billions of years ago. Your body contains carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus, iron, and many other elements. All of them are necessary for life. Carbon is the foundation of the chemistry of living organisms. Oxygen is needed for breathing and cellular function. Calcium forms bones and teeth. Phosphorus is an important part of DNA and cellular energy systems. Iron in the blood helps transport oxygen. But in the early universe, these elements barely existed. After the Big Bang, the universe was made mostly of hydrogen and helium. There was also a very small amount of lithium. Heavier elements such as carbon, oxygen, silicon, calcium, and iron had not yet formed. This means that in the beginning, the universe had no rocky planets, no oceans, and no life in the form we know today. The heavier elements appeared later, inside stars. Stars form when enormous clouds of gas begin to collapse under their own gravity. As the material compresses, temperature and pressure increase. If the core becomes hot enough, nuclear fusion begins. In the core of a star, hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, and this process releases a huge amount of energy. That is why stars shine. For most of its life, a star converts hydrogen into helium. When hydrogen in the star's core begins to run out, the star changes. Its core contracts, the temperature rises, and new stages of nuclear reactions can begin. Small and medium-mass stars, such as our Sun, can become red giants near the end of their lives. Under these conditions, helium can fuse into heavier elements, such as carbon and oxygen. These are extremely important elements because without carbon and oxygen, life on Earth would not be possible. In more massive stars, the process continues further. They can produce neon, magnesium, silicon, sulfur, calcium, and eventually iron. Inside a massive star, several layers form, each with different nuclear reactions taking place. Lighter elements are found in the outer layers, while heavier elements are closer to the core. Iron is a special element in the life of a star. Up to iron, nuclear fusion can provide energy to the star. But fusing iron no longer releases energy, it consumes energy. When iron builds up in the core of a massive star, the star can no longer maintain the balance between gravity pulling inward and energy pressure pushing outward. Then the core collapses. This collapse happens extremely quickly. The outer layers of the star fall inward and are then thrown out into space in a massive explosion. This event is called a supernova. A supernova is one of the most powerful processes in the universe. It throws into space the elements that were formed inside the star. This is how many elements later became part of planets and living organisms. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, and part of the oxygen in your body are connected to processes inside stars and their explosions. After a supernova explosion, these elements do not disappear. They spread through interstellar space as gas and dust. Over time, this material mixes with other clouds of gas and dust. From such clouds, new stars and planetary systems can later form. About 4.6 billion years ago, our solar system began forming from one of these clouds of gas and dust. Most of the material concentrated in the center and formed the sun. The remaining material formed a disk around the young star. In this disk, dust and rock particles collided, stuck together, and gradually formed larger objects. From these objects, planets formed, including Earth. This means that Earth was not made from completely new material. It was made from matter that had already passed through earlier cycles of stellar evolution. Some of this matter had formed inside stars. Some had been thrown into space by supernovae. Later, it became part of the solar system. After Earth formed, complex geological and chemical processes began. Elements became part of rocks, the atmosphere, oceans, and later living organisms. Life used the available elements to build cells, proteins, DNA, and energy systems. Your body today is made of the same elements that have been circulating through Earth's systems for billions of years. The carbon you take in through food may once have been in the atmosphere as carbon dioxide, in a plant, in an animal, in the ocean, or in rocks. The oxygen you breathe is part of Earth's atmospheric cycle. The water in your body is part of the planet's water cycle. The human body is not an unchanging object. It is constantly changing. You take in atoms through food, water, and air. You lose atoms through breathing, sweat, skin cells, and metabolic processes. Over time, some of the atoms in your body are replaced. In this sense, the body is more like a process than a static thing. It is also important to note that your body contains a small amount of radioactive isotopes. This is normal and natural. For example, your body contains potassium, and a small fraction of natural potassium is potassium-40. This is a radioactive isotope that decays over time. Potassium is necessary for nerve and muscle function, so it is a normal part of the body. Your body also contains a small amount of carbon-14. Carbon-14 forms in the atmosphere when cosmic rays interact with nitrogen. Living organisms take in carbon, including a small amount of carbon-14. When an organism dies, it stops taking in new carbon, and the amount of carbon-14 begins to decrease. This is the principle behind radiocarbon dating. This does not mean that a person is dangerously radioactive. This radioactivity is very small and is part of the natural background. But the fact remains, processes connected to radioactive decay are happening inside our bodies at the atomic level. Some very heavy elements such as gold and platinum can form in especially extreme cosmic events, such as neutron star mergers. Neutron stars are extremely dense remnants of dead stars. When two such stars collide, heavy elements can form and later spread through space. So elements in the universe are produced in several ways. The lightest elements, such as hydrogen and helium, formed after the Big Bang. Many medium-weight elements formed inside stars. Some heavy elements were scattered by supernovae. Some of the heaviest elements may have formed in neutron star collisions. From this perspective, humans are not separate from the universe. We are part of the same cycle of matter. The elements that make up our bodies today were once inside stars, interstellar clouds, rocks, water, air, plants, and other organisms. The iron in your blood helps transport oxygen. This iron did not form inside your body, and it did not form from nothing on Earth. It is part of a much older cosmic process. The calcium in your bones is also part of this story. The oxygen in your lungs has passed through the chemical history of stars and planets. That is why the statement that we are made of star material is not just a poetic phrase. It is a scientific fact. The heavier elements necessary for life formed inside stars and cosmic explosions. Without these processes, there would be no Earth, no oceans, no atmosphere, no life, and no humans. This makes our existence very interesting. We are living organisms, but at the same time, we are also part of cosmic history. Your body is made of material that existed billions of years before you were born. And after your death, these same atoms will continue to exist. They will return to the environment and may someday become part of something else. From a scientific point of view, a human being is not a fixed object, but a temporary combination of atoms. These atoms work together for a while, forming cells, tissues, organs, thoughts, and consciousness. After that, they continue their journey through nature. So the next time you look at your hands, you can remember that the elements inside them are much older than you. They are older than humanity, older than dinosaurs. Some of them are older than Earth itself. Your body is made from material that was once part of stars. And this is one of the most interesting facts in science. We are not only alive on a planet somewhere in the universe. We are made from the material of the universe itself. Stars created the elements, explosions spread them, gravity gathered them, planets preserved them, life rearranged them. And right now, part of that ancient material is you.